Guys, I don't know how you masturbate, thank God. But I do know if you want to last longer, you're probably doing it wrong. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can take an ordinary masturbation session that's probably hurting your time in bed and modify it with a powerful exercise that'll help you last longer immediately. If you don't know me, my name is Max Pierce, and all I talk about on this channel is how to beat premature ejaculation. Now, let's get right into it. Masturbation. You're probably doing it, and if you found this video, you're probably doing it wrong. But what does that even mean? It means you're encouraging your body to get way too aroused way too fast. But don't worry, that's not your fault. There's basically nothing out there that'll teach you how to stop it. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna give you a couple ways to practice that during masturbation. Now, if you've ever seen my other videos, you know I always talk about state. Your mental state gets your engine running and sending arousal signals down into your body. Think about when you get a dirty text from your girlfriend, or maybe you're watching certain films with certain actors and actresses. You don't even need to be touching your Johnson to get that feeling like you need to orgasm. That's your state changing to make you aroused. Remember, you didn't even touch it yet. That all started in your mind. Everything you do after that reinforces that loop, that feedback loop from your mind to your body and back up to your mind again. And to last longer, you've got to break that loop and get control. So that brings us to the first part of this exercise, which is breathing. Now, before you click away, this isn't just another vague breathing exercise video telling you that if you just breathe, you'll be able to last longer in bed magically somehow. You do have to practice breathing with masturbation in a specific way to get the orgasm blocking effect. And the breathing is so important because it's biologically directly connected to your sensitivity. So your body goes through three separate stages: homeostasis, which is basically at rest; parasympathetic, which is low to moderate levels of arousal; and sympathetic, which is fight or flight, which triggers orgasm. The higher you get through those stages, the more your heart rate increases, the more your muscles tense up in your abdomen and your groin, your hips, your ass, and your legs. And all of that feeds that loop and signals your body biologically to start the orgasm process. Breathing in a specific way during this masturbation exercise will force your body to reduce all that and stay in the homeostatic stage, which is very low or zero arousal. So I'm not saying it's the only piece of the puzzle. I'm saying it's a piece of the puzzle, and without it, you are going to struggle. We're going to start off with the breathing itself, and then we're going to add on to it with additional layers that'll help strengthen your state, your ability to block those signals from getting through. Now, I want you to begin masturbating as usual. Now, it probably won't be very long before you notice your sensitivity is starting to rise right past the point where you don't want it to go. When that happens, I want you to stop immediately and check your breathing. And especially the closer you are to orgasm and the longer you've been there, you'll notice your breathing has started to become shallow. In fact, it may be so shallow that you're almost holding your breath, like taking these little, what they call sips of air, like, you know, those tiny little breaths that give you just enough air to stay conscious. That's what we're looking for: shallow or stopped breathing. That shallow or stopped breathing will trigger how fast your body speeds to orgasm. So in that moment, I want you to stop, take 6 full deep breaths at a medium speed, not a slow speed. And the reason for the medium speed is this is not meditation. It's almost the opposite. See, when you're that close to orgasm, you're basically in a trance state. You're already kind of meditating. And I don't want you going deeper into that trance. I want you to snap out of it and be focused. And a medium speed breathing will help you do that. So take 6 full, deep, medium speed breaths. It should look something like this. Now, as you're doing that, you're going to begin disconnecting mentally from your cock. And here's how you do that. With each breath you take, I want you to look left, look right, look up, or look straight ahead if you're on top with your toy doing missionary position. Anywhere but down directly at your cock. If you're looking down at your cock, looking at your body, that will reinforce the loop and make the trance stronger. So with each new breath, look in a different direction and focus hard on whatever is in front of you. If there's nothing in front of you, just pick a spot on the wall. It should look something like this. You get the idea. Now, don't worry, you're not going to be breathing like this all the time during sex. I mean, I do sometimes. It's really not that big of a deal, but this is really just to help you break that trance and get control. See, this might not seem like much, but turning your head, looking around the room, focusing on what's in front of you will help break that trance by focusing outward, not down here, not on your body, and that will help break your state. Now, if you do this right, you should feel two things. You should feel something click in your spine, like at the base of your skull, and your taint, where that sensitivity gets shut off. You'll also feel your will go numb for a second or two. And that's exactly what you want. In my course, I call this being in the pocket, and that's your cue to start stroking again. Now, it probably won't be long until you get sensitive again. So at that point, just simply stop and repeat the process with the goal of increasing the time you can stroke before that sensitivity rises again. Now, when you're doing this, don't forget your breathing and pay close attention to how your mind-body connection feels, meaning your state and your groin area and how they link together. And you feel your sensitivity drop, you're going to want to pay attention to that and remember it, because that is your reference point. You're going to keep coming back to that again and again throughout your exercises. Every time your state breaks, you have to reset and do them again. But as long as you're making progress and you keep grabbing those little moments and trying to extend them little by little each time, you will be good to go. Those are the basics of breathing and focus and how they affect your sensitivity. And if you want the full program with all the timed exercises, how many strokes to do, the whole routine set up for you, you can check it out in the link below. It's the same method I used to go from 2 pumps to over 20 minutes. It only took me about 3 weeks to do it. And if you follow what I'm saying, you should also be up past the 20-minute mark in about 4 to 6 weeks as well. But if this was your first video, this is probably a lot to take in. So maybe you want to know more about how your body can actually stop that sensitivity from rising. I made a video all about that. It is called The Hump. You can check it out here. And guys, if you have any questions you want me to answer personally, I'm happy to answer them if you want to drop them in the comments below. I will see you next time.